Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel of Debneel's Mathematics Desk. So as you can see, today I am back with unitary method part 2 for class 7. So in part 1, we learned what is this chapter all about. So you know how to calculate unitary method questions, solutions. So now let's see a few more sums on part 2 of this chapter. So basically today we are not going to learn in new formulas. So we have learned the basics in the part 1. So just we will do a few more sums to just deeply what do I say, improve our basics, right? So let's get into it directly. You already know how to do sums on unitary method, so I don't need to give an introduction. So let's begin, right? So see the first question. It's given 3 1/2 meter of a cloth costs rupees 168. Find the cost of 1/3 meter of the same cloth. Now I am telling one thing. Here you tell me, as the cloth increases, the cost will also increase. So suppose this first is you can write this like this, right? A is to B equal to C is to D. If I write in this way, I means I told you in the previous video, right? I think that it can be done with the method of proportion. So the proportion means what? Here, for the cloth amount increasing, the money is increasing. So here we can use the method of proportion. But suppose for my quantity increasing, what do I say? For my items value increasing, the quantity is decreasing, right? Means inversely it's happening. Then we can't use the proportion. But when suppose the meter of cloth is our item, as it increases the price, our quantity increases. So increase is to increase, we can use this method of proportion. But if the case is that increase is to decrease or decrease is to increase, then the method of proportion can't be used. Now how can we use the method of proportion here? So 3 1/2 meter of cloth costs how much? Rupees 168. Now they are asking us to find the cost of 1/3 meter. 3 1/2 meter costs this. So 1/3 meter will cost X. That's the way. Means here the length of cloth, means suppose it is in the form A is to B is to equal to C is to D. Then your A and C is your item and your B and D is the magnitude of it. Okay, or the quantity. So here, first of all, my A, 3 1/2 meter of the cloth costs this much. Then 1/3 meter of the cloth will cost X. Just do it like this. This is the way to do it. Then the C, or 7/2 meter is to rupees 168 equal to what is this? 4/3 meter is to X, or 7/2 meter. So what you can do is you don't need to take this meter and rupees, okay? Just don't take meter and rupees. So it's much more easier for you. So just like that, 3 1/2 costs 168. 1/3 means just like that. Magnitude for 3 1/2 of item, magnitude is 168 quantity. Then for 1/3 of item, what will be the quantity that I have taken as X? Then 7/2 is to 168 equal to 4/3 is to X. Alright. Now A is to B. Sorry guys. Actually, that's the main primary reason why I'm not uploading videos regularly. Came out practically the reason in front of you, right? So I'm severely suffering from cough and cold till now. Means I was well actually for the last 2 to 3 days, but who knows? This winter is not good for me, maybe. So it's getting worse for me. So I'm taking medicine, trying to be well and trying to be as regular as possible. So try to means adjust to this sudden coughings of mine. Okay. So then now you have learned proportion. So A is to B is what equal to A by B. 7 by 2 is to 168. This 7 by 2 divided by 168, and A by B equal to A into 1 by B equal to 7 by 2 into 1 by 168. So, and here similarly, A is to equal to A by B or 4 by 3 by X equal to 4 by 3 into 1 by X. You got that? Then just do this. So this is 24 or 1 by 48 equal to 4 by 3x, or 3x equal to 48 fours are quick maths 192, or x equal to, just divide, you will get 64. Now, so what is x actually? X is our means, see, 3 1 by 2, the length of cloth costs this much. The means for our item quantity is this one. Then again for another item, what will be our quantity? So quantity, that money, the cost we have taken as x. Therefore, now this is quite easy to understand. Therefore, 1 1 by 3 is to x means 1 1 by 3 is to 64, which means 1 1 by 3 meter has a cost of 64 rupees, isn't it? 1 1 by 3 meter of cloth costs rupees 64. Let me just check if this proportion method is working correctly or not. Okay, so let us all check actually. So 7 by 2 meter cloth costs rupees 160. I am checking my normal unitary method. That 1 meter cloth will cost less or more. Cloth amount decreases, money also decreases. So when it is decreasing, we are dividing. So cloth costs 168 by 7 by 2 rupees 160 into 2 by 7. A by B equal to A into 1 by B, just reciprocate it. Equal to rupees 48. Therefore 1 1 by 3 meter cloth cost. Now again, cloth has increased. As the cloth increases, price will increase. So now we have to multiply. For increase multiply, decrease divide. We learned that. 48 into 1 1 by 3. This is 4 by 3. Ah yes, it's working. Guys, it's perfectly working. So the answer of this question is by either unitary method or proportion method, rupees 64. So you understand the proportion method, how it works. Whenever for your item the quantity is increasing, means when the item is increasing and the quantity is also increasing, or when the item is decreasing and the quantity is also decreasing, you can use a proportion method. Just like this, for suppose 3 1 by 2 meter of cloth costs this much, then 3 1 by 2 will be like 168 is to 168. Is to is equal to the 3 1 by 2 meter equal to 168. Then 1 1 by 3 meter equal to what? 3 1 by 2 is to 168. 1 1 by 3 is to what? Okay. Then see, in both of the cases, means on either side of the equal to, for the amount of cloth increasing, the money is increasing. So increase is to increase, the proportion method can be used. But suppose in anyhow, for my cloth increasing, my money was decreasing cost, then increase is to decrease, the proportion method can't be used. Alright, so remember that whenever you have a direct proportion between the items, you can use a proportion method. But when you don't have a direct proportionality between the items, you have inverse proportionality, you can't use the proportion method. Okay. So when I use the proportional method, I get it to be 64. X 64, x is the cost of 1 by 3. We can just figure it out. But if you check with unitary method also, you will get the answer as will be 64. So I think that proportion method, it can be easy for many of you, but many of you may favor the unitary method. So what I will do, see, in all of the sums the proportion method can't be used. Wherever there is inverse proportionality between the items, for decrease is to increase, increase is to decrease, we can't use proportion method. So there I will do unitary method, but wherever I can use the proportion method, in that question I will do using proportion method as well as the unitary method to make it more clear and clarified to you. Okay. So this first question is done and dusted in all kinds of ways. Let's move to the next one. It's going well, right? The proportion method is quite making a sense to you because whenever it means all of your items have a direct proportionality between themselves, you can use this method, right? And I think that is taking quite less space as well. So if you ask me which method is more useful, yeah, the means this method has one disadvantage. It can't be used in inverse proportionality between the items. But you can figure out from the question, for your items increasing or decreasing, your quantity is also increasing or decreasing. If increase equal to is to increase, then you can use this method. Decrease is to decrease, you can use this method. But if increase is to decrease or decrease is to increase is happening, then you can't use this method. So that's one disadvantage of the proportion method. But wherever you can figure it out, you can use this method in the question because it will make your work a lot bit easier. But as chapter is unitary method, so you should also do the unitary method in each of the questions. So let's move to the next one. See this. In 2 days, 20 hours, a watch gains 20 seconds. Find how much time the watch will take to gain 35 seconds. So from here you figure it out first of all. See, the more the time will means be there, the more amount of time the watch will gain. Okay, it's quite obvious, right? Whenever you have a means more time period, your watch gains more time. Okay, so this is the direct proportion. So we can use the proportionality method here. So let it be A is to B equal to C is to D. Then first of all, 2 days 20 hours. What is it? 2 into 4, 24, 48 plus 20, 68 hours. Then see, 68 hours. In 68 hours, a watch gains 20 seconds. Now, so here A and C will be the magnitude of my time period, 68 hours. It's like our item. And B and D will be their respective quantities. So in 68 hours, it gains 20 seconds. In how much time it will gain 35 seconds? So equal to X is to 35 seconds, right? That's what it's told in the question. In 68 hours, it gains 20 seconds. Then in X hours, it will gain 35 seconds. It's like that. This how much time it is X. In 68 hours, it gets 20 seconds. Then in X hours, it will gain 35 seconds. 68 hours, 20 seconds, X hours, 35 seconds. Then just calculate now. Or 68 hours by 20 seconds equal to X by 35 seconds. The second will be cancelled on both sides. Or 20 into X. 20 into X So 68 multiplied by 35 r. Doing normal cross multiplication, I hope you don't have any problem. A is to be equal to A by B in both the sides. C is to be equal to C by D. Then as S is there on both sides, it gets cancelled out. The 68 into 35 r equal to 20 into x. Okay. Or 20x equal to, what was that? 2380, I think. 2380 r. Or x will be equal to 2380 by 20 r, 119 hours. So equal to 119 by 24 days equal to 4 whole 23 by 24 days, and that means 4 days, and 23 by 24 days means what? Out of 24 hours, 23 hours is completed. So this is equal to 4 days, 23 hours. Easy. So you understood. Means it is like that. For our time period, our watch gains more time. When our time period is increasing, our watch is gaining more time. Increase is to increase, we can use the proportionality method. I told you. I use that, I get this. Now what will I do? I will use a unitary method. So, what is it? So, 20-second gained in 68 hours. Okay. 2 days, 20 hours is 68 hours. Then 20-second gained in this time. From 1 second, see, to gain less time, we will require less period. So, it is less, we are dividing 1 second gained in 68 by 20 days. Then 35 seconds. Now to gain more time, see, 1 second is less than 35, so 35 is more than 1. So to get more time, we require more time period. Told you before, I am not well. To get more time, we require more time period. Therefore, we have to now multiply. Okay, for increase, we have to multiply. For decrease, we have to divide in unitary method. Into 35 days. And now let's do quick maths. Oh, sorry. Horrible mistake. This is hours, not days, my dear brain. So I mean, it's got horrified right after seeing that one. 17 into 7 equal to 119 hours. And that is equal to 119 by 24 days. Equal to 4 whole 23 by 24 days. Which is equal to 4 days, 23 hours. Easy. So see again for this sum. First of all, you see, it's obvious, for when you have more time period, our watch gains more time. So increase is to increase. Now time period increases, our watch gain time increases. So increase is to increase, direct proportionality. We can use the proportion method. Then doing that, 68 hours, 20 second. X hours, 35 second. 68 by 20 equal to x by 35. Seconds get cancelled out, s. Then 38 into 65 r equal to 20 into x. Then just get this, you get the value of x, which is the time period to gain 35 second. You get the answer 4 days 23 hours. Coming back to unitary method, I just see that. So what is it? So 20 second is gained in 68 hours, first statement. Then 1 second, so less time will be gained in less time period. So when we are in decreasing, we are dividing 68 by 20 hours. Now to gain 35 second, time period will be more, so we are increasing, so we are multiplying now. 60 by 20 into 35 hours. Get the calculation done, you will get 119 hours. That is 4 days 23 hours, right? 5 days is 120 hours minus 1 hour equal to 119 hours equal to 4 days 23 hours. And It's not good to do maths in this health, but what to do, I have to do it because I know that it's horrible for you all. Means I missed 1 to 2 days. That's not fair actually. You may be waiting, and if I miss, that can be disappointing for you. So I don't want to disappoint you. So 4 days, 23 hours. So again, the direct proportionality is there. That's why we did in proportion method, and similarly we did in the unitary method as well. The question, and we saw that both are coming same. So yeah, when you have direct proportionality, either increases to increase or decreases to decrease, this method comes in handy, right? Takes less space and it's quite arithmetic for you. This is about writing many statements. So direct proportionality, this method is always welcome, but you have to see in the question which proportionality is there. If it is inverse, either direct is to increase or increase is to decrease, never use this proportion method. You will get a beautiful zero on your question paper. Okay, don't do that. So you can just say that only doing the unitary method is far more easier. But yeah, if you can directly means you are the master of checking the proportionality, then in case you see direct proportionality, you can use this method to squeeze the amount of time means you have taken to solve the sum. Can come handy in the exam, I think. So yeah, just knowing everything is better than knowing a few things and not knowing a few things, right? So yeah, let's see next one. Okay, this is a very confusing question. The wages of 10 workers for a 6 day week. 6 days week. That means in week there means working 6 days, I think. For that they're getting their wages. Rupees 1200. What are the 1 day wages for one worker, four workers? Yo man, that's quite interesting. So here you have three things, right? 10 workers in 6 days earn 1200. Now they are asking actually one worker in 1 day earns how much and four workers in 4 days earn how much. So first of all, don't think about the proportion method anyhow in this question. Okay, because see, you have three values and doing the proportion method when you have more than two values is insane and unscientific, I think. So directly to the unitary method here. So write a statement like this: 10 workers in 6 days earn rupees 1200. Then one worker in 6 days earn equal to, now whatever the 10 workers earn, one worker will earn less than them. That's quite obvious, right? Now therefore for one worker the earning will decrease, so you have to divide, but you are decreasing the number of workers, so just divide 1200 by 10. This is the way. So you have to do step by step. 10 workers in 6 days earn this much. Then one worker will in 6 days will obviously earn less than them. So it's decreasing. So your money will decrease your earning. So then divide by 10 because 10 is a decreased value here. 10 to 1. Then you have to divide by 10 first of all. Now one worker in one day earn equal to, again, a worker in 6 days, he will earn some money. Suppose I work, whatever, where do I work? I don't think I will work anywhere. Means it's like a worker's job. Suppose the office clerk. I am suppose the office clerk. I work in an office for 6 days. I will get 4,000. But if I work in the office for only one day, so I will get less money. That's quite obvious. So one worker when works for 6 days earns something. When that one worker is working for one day, he will again earn more or less money. So again it's divided. So rupees 1200 by 10 divided by, so 6 to 1, so divide by 6 equal to rupees 1200 by 10 into 1 by 6, rupees 20. So one worker in one day earns rupees 20, and you got the answer of the first question here. They have asked you what are the one day wages for one worker. So in one day one worker's wages is rupees 20. Now similarly, four workers in one day earn. So one worker in one day earns some money, then four workers will earn more money. So now it will be multiplied. So 20 multiplied by 4, rupees 80, and you get the answer of the second one as well. How easy was that? It's a little bit like ABC. Okay, then B is to C. No, like A B C D, and B C D, then C to D. See, first of all, 10 workers, 6 days, 1200. Then worker number gets reduced. This one remains constant. This one gets some operation is done. Now worker number and days number turn to 1. Again some operation is done on this. So you have to means make this 10 workers in 6 days, 1 worker 1 day. Okay. So that's the way. So you can obviously understand 10 workers in 6 days earn some money. 1 worker in 6 days will earn less money. So divide by 10. Now 1 worker in 6 days earns this much. So 1 worker in 1 day will earn more or less. So divide by 6. This is the 1 worker wage for 1 day. First part done. Now 1 worker in 1 day earns this much. Then 4 workers in one day will earn much more. So multiplication more equal to means increase equal to multiplication. Then 20 multiplied by 4, you get rupees 80, and you get the two parts of the question quite easily. So this is kind of a continued unitary method question, not continued, combined. So remember, always you have to means calculate for one item. Okay, and there are multiple things make this 10 worker 6 days is your 2 items and its quantity is 1200. To write the statement in that way, and then you have to decrease your items to 1 and then check what is your final quantity, and that's how you can get the answers. Okay, framing the first statement is quite important. Okay, so you can just see 10 workers 6 days 1200 given. They are asking 1 worker 1 day. So this money is not changing. Means money will change. Means it has to be operated somehow. So you have to means take that money as your quantity. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Money is always a quantity. Okay. Take that as quantity. Then do for 1 worker 6 days, 1 worker 1 day. You get 1 worker 1 day, you do 4 workers 1 day. And that's how you just step by step. Okay, let's see the next one. Okay. So probably the last sum for this video as well. So today's video is actually, I told you, we are not learning many things today. We are just means making our concepts much more, means what do I say, smart and quite operative, so that we don't do any mistakes while doing the questions and get a proper understanding of the concepts, a deep understanding. Because I'm telling you, part 3 is quite insane. So it has some means crazy stuff that you are going to see. It's actual combined unitary method, combination of two unitary methods rather. So it's going to be interesting. So it's quite important to make the basics quite clear. So here is another question. If 32 apples weigh 2 kg, oh sorry, 2 kg 800 grams, how many apples will be there in a box containing 32 kg of apples? First one, it was 32 apples. Now in the ending it is 32 kg apples. It's a good question, I think. So first of all, you tell me, the apples increase, the weight will increase, right? That is quite clear to you. I put one apple on a weighing balance, it shows 400 kg, 400 grams, sorry. Obvious. Then if I put two more apples, the weight will increase. So for my apples number increasing, my quantity of weight is increasing. Increase is to increase direct proportion, and we can use the proportionality method here. How? Just know, you know, A is to B, C is to D. Then for 32 apples, weight is 2800 grams. Then for X apples, weight is 32,000 grams. Just see the question. They are for initially telling 32 apples weigh this much. How many apples will be there in a box containing 32 kg of apples? So that means now the weight of apples is 32 kg. That means how many apples can be there in 32 kg? They are asking. 32 apples weigh this much. X apples weigh 32 kg. Easy. Now what do you have to do? And this one 2 kg 800 gram is 2800 gram and 32 kg is 32,000 gram. If you have just got confused, A is to be equal to A by B of 32 apples by 2800 gram equal to X by 32,000 grams, and the G gets cancelled out. 2800 into X equal to 32,000 into 32, that is 32 into 32. What is it? 1024, I think. Wait, 10 less. 32 into 32, it is 1024. And 3 zeros here, apples. Yes, 32 into 32,000 into apples. Okay. Or X will be equal to 1024, 3 zeros divided by 2800 apples. And now calculate, dividing by 28, 3, 18, 4, it will be 6, 16, 0, 5, or 5 or what? Wait guys. So yes, then 2800 divided by this. Okay, so I'm just calculating. Then 28, this one, 3 are, then 18 and 4, then 6 are 168. Wait, let's just divide like this, it will be much more easier. So divide 3, 84, 18 and 4 is 6, 68, 16 and 0. Wait, is something wrong? Let me just see, guys. I think something is not right. 32, 32, 4, 6, 1, 0, 2, 4. Is that's looking quite obvious. 28, 3. Let's just see. Something is not right, right? 32 apples were this much. How many apples? They're in a box containing 32 kg apples. Quite easy. That is no issues with that one. The problem is here something is not right. 32 into 32 is 1024. No issues with that as well. 3 zeros. And here I have 2800 2 zeros get smacked out of the way. So here now let's just see. 28 3 is 84. And then 18. 4 plus 18. And 4 comes down. 26. 168. 16 and 0. Something's not right actually, guys, here. Is the proportionality method not working? Something. So see, first of all, it's quite clear that if the apples increase, then our means box means weight will also increase, right? So it's 32 kg or something. Okay, now I got it. I got the question wrong. That's the mistake. 35 kg is not 32 kg, guys. So 35 kg is 35,000 gram. Wow, horribly mistaken the values. Then okay, 32 into 35 is your 1120, I think. 32 3 960 plus 30 into 5 160, so 1120, and 3 zeros, one more apples. Then okay, it happens when you are not well, can make mistakes, right? Same happening for me. Now let's divide. I hope I don't mess up again. So 28 divided by 11200, 4 112, 0 0, here 0 0, and easy. Got to 400 apples. Okay, sorry for that mistake of 30 to 35. Errors happen with humans. So you understood that for the number of apples increasing, the weight will increase. So increase is to increase direct proportion. Then use a method: 32 apples, 2800 gram. X apples, 35,000 gram. Okay. Then 32 by this equal to X by this. Then get G out of here, gram, because on both sides it's there. 2800 into X equal to 11. So 35,000 into 32 is 1120,000 in an apples is there. Next will be 1120 4 zeros by 2800. 2 zeros out of the way. Divide this, we will get 400 apples. Now we have to see unitary method, obviously. So for 2 kg 800 sorry guys, for 2800 gram apples equal to 32. Then for 1 gram, so when weight is less, apples will be less. So divide 32 by 2800. Now for 35,000 gram, now when weight is more, apples will increase. So apples now multiply 32 by 2800 multiplied by 35,000. Let's calculate then. So dividing by 4, get 8, dividing by 4 I get 7, 50, 400. Got 400 apples, and as easy as that. So you understand, when the weight is more, that means this is the first statement for this weight apples is this. Then when weight is decreasing like this, apples will also decrease. So divide. Now again when the weight is increasing, the apples will increase. So again multiply, you'll get the answer 400 apples. So we see both by unitary method and the proportionality method that the answer is coming 400 apples. Can't be anything more than this. This is the correct answer. Okay. So that's all actually from unitary method part 2, which is actually a conceptual boost video for this chapter for class 7. So we learned the proportionality method, which is when for one item, if it's increasing, our quantity of that item also increases, or when the item's quantity is item is decreasing, the quantity is also decreasing. That is when we have direct proportionality, we can use this method of proportion to get the unknown values. Okay, and we also learned that combined unitary method starting concepts, that you have to calculate for one item your quantity. Okay, and that's the primary criteria. And we did a means, what do I say, a brief summary of the previous video. So now this is actually, what do I say, 40% task done for this chapter, because in the next part 3 it's going to get insane. So we will see if anything can be insane, we will make it easy. I'm challenging you. Okay, so let's see in the part 3 what it will be there. Till then, if you found my video unitary method part 2 for class 7 very informative and helpful, and if the proportionality method and the few means things that we learned in today's video and all the sums were quite clear and helpful for you, leave a like and share and subscribe my channel. It motivates me to make better videos for you all on these interesting topics. Meet you in insane so-called part 3, which we will make easy. I'm already challenging you after a few days. Till then, take care and goodbye. Thank you.